How to identify an anxiety crisis. Learn to identify the symptoms of an anxiety crisis and discover what to do if you relate to them. Find guidance and recommendations for effectively managing anxiety. Intrusive thoughts, incessant worries, restlessness that stubbornly persists, anxiety, that unwelcome visitor, settles into our minds, coloring our world with shades of apprehension and fear. While it's a natural emotion, anxiety can become a disorder when it takes over our daily lives, dominating our thoughts and actions. It's as if an internal alarm is constantly ringing, even when there's no real danger. In this article, I will help you unravel the mysteries of anxiety, learning to identify an anxiety crisis and its various symptoms. Together, we will navigate this emotional labyrinth and seek tools to deal with this unwanted visitor. What are the symptoms of an anxiety crisis? Anxiety manifests in various ways, both physically and emotionally. Each person experiences symptoms individually, but some signs may be common. Discover the top 10 symptoms of anxiety and see how they can manifest in your body, mind, or in someone close to you. 1. Constant agitation. Constant agitation, a common symptom associated with anxiety, is characterized by the persistent presence of restlessness or nervousness, regardless of the presence of external stimuli justifying such a reaction. This condition can manifest in various ways, from repetitive physical movements to a general sense of emotional discomfort. Imagine a person in a business meeting where everyone is seated and paying attention to the presenter. While most remain calm, the person experiencing constant agitation may be seen fidgeting with their hands, tapping their feet, or shifting positions constantly in their chair, even in situations not particularly stressful. These symptoms may be accompanied by a general sense of nervousness or internal restlessness, causing the person to feel uncomfortable in their own body and unable to find relief. In some cases, constant agitation can significantly interfere with daily activities, such as work, study, or social interactions. It's important to note that constant agitation is not exclusive to anxiety and can be observed in other contexts, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. In these conditions, agitation is often associated with intrusive thoughts and compulsive behaviors, resulting in a sense of accomplishing nothing productive. Although agitation may seem like an attempt to cope with worries and intrusive thoughts, it is often ineffective and may further increase emotional discomfort. 2. Dependent behavior. Dependent behavior is one of the symptoms frequently associated with anxiety, especially in more severe forms of the disorder. It manifests as an excessive need for support, validation, or assistance from others, often stemming from a fear of being alone or facing challenges independently. This condition can manifest in various ways and can have a significant impact on interpersonal relationships and the individual's self-esteem. Imagine someone who constantly seeks others' approval in all their decisions, hesitating to make decisions independently and constantly seeking guidance from others to validate their choices. Additionally, dependent behavior may be reflected in seeking forms of escapism, such as excessive consumption of caffeine, tobacco, alcohol, or other substances, as well as compulsive behaviors like video gaming, disordered eating, or even dependency on activities such as physical exercise. These behaviors may temporarily alleviate anxiety symptoms, but ultimately exacerbate the condition in the long run, creating an unbalanced dynamic in relationships and impairing self-confidence and the ability to make independent decisions. 3. Eating disorders. Eating disorders are serious conditions involving disordered eating patterns, which can have severe consequences for physical and mental health. These patterns may encompass extreme behaviors, such as binge eating, where individuals consume large quantities of food in a short period, often in response to stress or anxiety. Additionally, it may also involve severe food restriction, such as adopting extremely restrictive diets as a means of exerting control over life or the body. These eating disorders are often utilized as a coping mechanism for anxiety or other emotional issues, yet can lead to serious health problems, including malnutrition, organ damage, and psychological disturbances. The relationship between eating disorders and anxiety is intricate, with both serving as both cause and consequence of each other. The preoccupation with food and disordered eating patterns can be a source of immense anxiety, leading to constant concerns about food control, calorie counting, and fear of losing control. Conversely, anxiety can also influence eating patterns, resulting in irregular eating habits as a way to compensate for worries or avoid stressful situations. 4. Mood disorders. Mood disorders are psychological conditions involving significant fluctuations in an individual's emotional state, affecting their emotional and behavioral well-being. These fluctuations may occur unpredictably and can vary in intensity and duration. A common example of a mood disorder is bipolar disorder, where individuals experience alternating episodes of mania and depression. During manic episodes, individuals may feel extremely optimistic and full of energy, while during depressive episodes, they may experience intense feelings of sadness and hopelessness. Another example is cyclothymia, characterized by mood swings less intense than bipolar disorder. In this case, individuals may alternate between periods of mild euphoria and periods of mild depression, maintaining relatively stable functionality between these episodes. 5. Sleep disorders. Sleep disorders are conditions that affect the quality and quantity of a person's sleep, often exacerbated by factors such as stress and anxiety. These disturbances disrupt the individual's rest pattern and can result in negative impacts on physical and mental health. A common example is insomnia, which may be triggered or worsened by anxiety. Anxious individuals may struggle to fall asleep due to constant activation of the nervous system, keeping them alert even during the night. This persistent worry can lead to anxious thoughts that interfere with sleep, resulting in difficulty falling asleep or frequent awakenings during the night. Moreover, anxiety can contribute to restless leg syndrome, in which individuals experience uncomfortable sensations in the legs during rest. This condition can hinder falling asleep and result in compromised sleep quality. 6. Fear of imminent danger. Fear of imminent danger is a common symptom of anxiety, characterized by excessive and irrational apprehension regarding potential threats, even when there is no concrete evidence or imminent dangerous situations. A person who constantly fears being involved in a car accident while driving or being attacked while walking down the street may be experiencing fear of imminent danger. Even in environments considered safe, such as one's own home, this person may feel a persistent sense that something terrible is about to happen, leading to avoidance of certain activities or situations that may trigger this fear. It is important to recognize that when this fear becomes chronic, it can result in generalized anxiety, leading to constant anticipation of future dangers. This can lead to excessive worrying and thoughts of catastrophizing, where every action and event are viewed as potential sources of danger. The symptoms associated with this fear of imminent danger can be both physical and psychological. They include difficulty breathing, heart palpitations, fear of having a panic attack, among others. These symptoms can trigger a vicious cycle, where fear intensifies as physical symptoms of anxiety manifest, contributing to a spiral of worry and distress. 7. Intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts are a common manifestation of anxiety, where the mind is invaded by persistent and unwanted ideas that seem to be beyond the person's control. A classic example of intrusive thoughts is a person who constantly worries about the possibility of experiencing an accident, contracting a severe illness, or going through a tragedy, even if there is no evidence or real reasons for such concern. These intrusive thoughts can repeat incessantly in the person's mind, causing a constant sense of distress and anxiety. These thoughts can manifest in various ways, such as rumination, where the person becomes stuck in thoughts about past events or possible future interactions, or recurrent ideas, where unpleasant images or traumatic memories repeatedly arise, disturbing mental peace. Furthermore, there is impulsive obsession, in which fixation on certain ideas can lead to unpredictable behaviors and even actions without prior reflection. Feelings of guilt, remorse, or regret may drive these actions, further exacerbating emotional distress. 8th, sense of oppression. The sense of oppression is a common physical and emotional experience among people dealing with anxiety, characterized by a feeling of suffocation or pressure on the body, especially in the chest region. During moments of intense anxiety, it is common to feel difficulty breathing, a tightness in the chest, and a sensation of suffocation. These symptoms may be accompanied by a feeling of weight or pressure on the chest, as if something is compressing the person from within. This sense of oppression can be triggered during a panic attack or in situations of high anxiety, as a result of intrusive thoughts and persistent worries. However, it can also be felt more diffusely, affecting not only the body but also the mind. In addition to breathing difficulties and chest tightness, the sense of oppression can cause other physical reactions, such as nausea, tremors, muscle aches, dizziness, and hot flashes. These intense physical reactions can further increase the person's concern and anxiety, creating a cycle that is difficult to control. 9. Propensity for solitude. The propensity for solitude is a common behavior among individuals suffering from anxiety, characterized by the desire to distance oneself from social interactions and the preference for spending time alone, often as a means to avoid situations that may trigger anxiety or emotional discomfort. A typical example of this tendency is when someone experiences intense anxiety and decides to avoid leaving the house, canceling previously made plans with friends or family, and instead chooses to isolate themselves in their room. This person may feel an aversion to social interactions and find temporary relief in withdrawing from the outside world. Social isolation can be caused by a variety of factors, including fear of judgment, avoidance of perceived dangerous situations, misunderstanding by others, recurring thoughts, and even the development of emotional dependencies. For some individuals, isolation may be an unconscious response to shield themselves from perceived threats. It's important to recognize that social isolation can exacerbate symptoms of anxiety and lead to a deterioration in mental health. 10. Cognitive disturbances. Cognitive disturbances are difficulties that affect a person's thinking and cognition, including problems with concentration, memory lapses, and difficulty processing information. These symptoms are often associated with anxiety and excessive stress, significantly interfering with daily functioning and quality of life. A common example of these disturbances is when someone struggles to focus on work or studies due to anxious thoughts or constant worries. This person may experience a mental fog, where the mind feels cloudy and confused, making it challenging to perform tasks that require focus and attention. Additionally, memory lapses may also occur, leading to frequent forgetfulness of appointments or important information. What to do if you have identified any symptoms of an anxiety crisis? If upon reading about the symptoms of an anxiety crisis you have identified with any of them, it is important to seek assistance and take measures to address this situation. Here are some recommendations. Seek professional help. Schedule an appointment with a physician, psychologist, or psychiatrist to assess your condition and receive appropriate guidance. A mental health professional can help diagnose and treat anxiety effectively. Practice relaxation techniques. Explore relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, yoga, or progressive muscle relaxation exercises. These practices can help reduce anxiety symptoms and promote a state of calmness. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Take care of your body by adopting healthy habits such as balanced nutrition, regular physical exercise, and adequate sleep. Avoid excessive consumption of caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco, as these substances can exacerbate anxiety. Establish a regular routine. Try to maintain a structured daily routine with defined schedules for activities such as work, study, leisure, and rest. A predictable routine can help reduce the sense of uncertainty and control, which are common triggers for anxiety. Avoid self-medication. Do not resort to self-medication or the use of substances without a medical prescription to deal with anxiety. Improper use of medications can worsen symptoms and pose health risks. Seek social support. Talk to friends, family, or trusted individuals about what you are feeling. Emotional support and understanding from others can be crucial in coping with anxiety. Learn to deal with negative thoughts. Practice self-awareness and develop skills to identify and challenge negative or distorted thoughts. Cognitive behavioral therapy can be especially helpful in this process. Anxiety is a common yet treatable condition that can significantly impact a person's quality of life. Recognizing the symptoms and seeking help are important steps in dealing with this issue effectively. With proper support and the adoption of healthy coping strategies, it is possible to learn to manage anxiety and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. Always remember that you are not alone and that there are various resources available to help you overcome this challenge. Frequently asked questions. Question 1. Is anxiety a treatable condition? Yes, anxiety is a treatable condition, and many people find significant relief from symptoms with proper treatment, which may include therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. Question 2. Are all anxiety symptoms externally visible? No, many anxiety symptoms are internal and may not be easily noticeable to others. Question 3. Can anxiety go away on its own? In some cases, anxiety symptoms may decrease over time, but it is important to seek treatment if symptoms persist or worsen. Question 4. Can anxiety cause physical problems? Yes, chronic anxiety can be associated with a range of physical health issues, including chronic pain, gastrointestinal problems, and cardiovascular diseases. Question 5. How can therapy help in treating anxiety? Therapy can help individuals understand and cope with anxiety triggers, develop healthy coping strategies, and promote a greater sense of control over their symptoms. We have reached the end of the audio, How to Identify an Anxiety Crisis. Did you like this content? Share with someone who needs support right now.